there's any hair care brands watching, do you want to send me some hair care products and we'll review your website for free?
Yeah, me too, because I need a bit more length.
If any beer brands are watching, I'll have some beer. You can keep your hair care products. Hello, welcome to The Good, the Bad and the Fixable. This is where the design team at Radiant, Shopify agency, take a look at an e-commerce website and critique it and see what they think is good, what they think is bad, and what they think they could improve on. Today, we're going to be having a look at the Pretty Little Thing rebrand, which I think they just launched in the last week or two. So I don't know about fashion. I shop at TK Maxx. I go once every couple of years when my underpants wear through. So I'm going to hand over to the design team for the insights today. I had a look at the news. So PLT, I think, has had some issues in the past, being a fast fashion brand, some environmental issues and things around workers' rights. And I think they're trying to kind of move beyond that with their rebrand. So a couple of the headlines that I saw, The Independent said, Pretty Little Thing's dreary rebrand is yet more proof of fast fashion soullessness. And The Drum said, Boohoo Group's Pretty Little Thing is trying to erase its fast fashion history. It scrubbed its socials to remove all past content and revealed a quiet luxury aesthetic for its logo, website and products. But will it work? So, hi April, hi Leanne.
Hello.
Hi. So over to you to see what you think of the rebrand of Pretty Little Thing.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess I sort of grew up with Pretty Little Thing. I think that's what a lot of people on TikTok are saying is they grew up with the brand. When I was a teenager, Pretty Little Thing was like the go-to place. I'm showing my age here, but it's the go-to place. And everyone knew Pretty Little Thing for the bright pink, the unicorn, what the unicorn represented. I'll be honest, the old branding looked naff. Like it wasn't nice. It wasn't the best they could do, but that's what we knew Pretty Little Thing as. And I think in terms of like the products as well, from an ethical perspective, really not great. But everything, like Leanne said, everything has changed so much from how it looks, what we know, what we relate to even the products itself. They've completely overhauled on their products.
Yeah.
Their old styles have completely gone. I think what people are disappointed with is Pretty Little Thing made this massive deal. They went deleted all their social images. They changed their profile photos just to like a plain burgundy color, and it was creating this like, oh my god, build up of excitement of it's going to be something special. And then this launched, and it was just a bit like anticlimactic. Like I feel like it's been rushed. I think it's not the Pretty Little Thing that we all know and love. Like, although there are issues with Pretty Little Thing, what people are mad about is Pretty Little Thing haven't listened to their customers. They haven't listened to their users. They've done what they wanted. They've jumped on the bandwagon of other current fashion styles. This is kind of the clean girl aesthetic. It's the old money aesthetic. Yeah. They've jumped off other brands and they've not actually listened to the core issues of what their customers and users have complained about, which is the sustainability, the pricing, the quality of the products.
Yeah.
That's the main issue I think people are concerned about. And in all fairness, if we're talking about what's relatable to our jobs, and Leanne, you can jump in here, do you not think the branding's just a bit like, it's nothing special? Leanne actually made a great point earlier. What do you think it looks like?
I think it looks like, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but the TV series Pretty Little Liars, I think they've got a really similar logo style. Obviously, that's been around a while now. Not necessarily saying that's the inspirations came from there, but they're very similar. And we did have a little Google earlier just to sort of see the resemblance of both.
I think in terms of like logos now, if you were to like have a full rebrand, logos are a lot more stripped back than they used to be. Like BMW got critiqued for this, but they had a stripped back logo. Lots of brands have really stripped their logo designs back, whereas Pretty Little Thing have done the complete opposite. Like It's a lot. And the logo represents fashion now, but it's fast fashion. It's not going to stay this way. The old money style, the it girl aesthetic isn't going to last forever. Fashion changes, styles change, and I just don't feel like this branding is accommodating to all of their customers. They're picking out a really niche market of customers here, whereas the old branding catered to everybody.
Yeah. And what I also noticed as well is if you look at the top, you've obviously got their main logo, and then within sort of the hero section, you've got this like monogram type thing, and it's completely different. To me, the two aren't related. Like,
I don't know who's done that monogram, but the P has been manipulated to fit the L on the top of the T. But that P looks awful.
It's too stretched out, isn't it?
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not symmetrical. It just seems really rushed and just.
it's
Yeah.
it's a shame as well because I can see where they're sort of aiming for, but I just don't think it's sort of hit the mark. And what I did notice as well is just going back into the sort of branding side of things. Obviously, when browsing like on TikTok and stuff, I've noticed like a lot of influencers, they've been excited for obviously for the rebrand, the launch and everything. So they've ordered sort of all the clothes, and then when they've been delivered, they're in their old PLT style. So there's been quite a lot of like discussion around sort of why they send in this in the old packaging. But I get it. But
I do get it because you don't want to waste thousands and thousands of plastic bags, especially if they're not biodegradable. But yeah, but like that old branding was so iconic, like the unicorn. It was hideous, but it was iconic.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a scroll down the homepage?
Yeah.
Have a look?
Shall we maybe jump into our good, bad, and fixable?
Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll take a look at the website and pick out what we think is good about it, what we like about it, what we think is not very good, and some elements that we think are almost there that with a bit of improvement could be fixed. So let's start with you, Leanne, and your good point on the website, what you liked about it.
One of my good points was sort of the photography, and whilst there isn't sort of quite a lot on the homepage itself, I do think they are quite nice the way they're sort of set and placed. I think there could be a lot more potential in terms of how they lay it out and how they showcase them. But in terms of how they're shot, I think they've got sort of a nice variety to showcase sort of the different clothing.
I think it'd be nice to see a variety of models though.
Yeah.
Because that's a little bit lacking. No, not just the model itself, but like ethnicities, body types.
Yeah.
A little bit like Skims episode.
I was just going to say, yeah, it comes back to that sort of inclusivity, doesn't it?
But the imagery is lovely. They're really following that aesthetic. It is very aesthetically pleasing, that imagery. And I think it's quite on brand for this theme that they're going for.
So is this very different to what it was before then?
Yeah, it was like very studio shot. There wasn't much lifestyle photography. And if there was, it was very influencer led. Like Molly May Haig had drops with Pretty Little Thing, and a lot of their lifestyle imagery was Molly May on campaign shoots. And they've took her off actually. I know Molly May's got her own brand now, but I don't know. Again, grew up with PLT, grew up with Molly May being associated with the brand. It's just a bit disappointing.
Yeah, I think this photography feels just a little bit like high end, I suppose.
I suppose that's what they're going for. That it's like a more affordable luxury type feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks to me as someone who's not that familiar with the brand, it looks kind of generic. Just looks like another online shop for dresses. I don't know, but April, what did you think was good about the site then?
So if you go to a collection page, I actually really like the PLP style. Sorry, not the PLP style, the product card style. How there's like no spacing in between each. It's full width product imagery. You've got the price, title, and then also the quick add to cart top right. It's just really simplistic, really minimalistic. It's very much my vibe when it comes to web design. It's very clean and minimal. Just keeps the attention on the product imagery, and it kind of complements what you said, Leanne, there with the imagery being so lovely. It's almost like a compliment to that.
Anything to add on that, Leanne?
I was going to say I quite like the clean sort of look and style, and again it's into that more premium luxury feel that I think they're going for. One thing I will notice though, on smaller screens, so say like my MacBook, when you do hit the Quick Add Plus, the sizes are hidden. You do have to scroll slightly.
That didn't happen for me on my MacBook.
I noticed it this morning when I just had a little look. I don't know if it was just I maybe had my viewport a bit smaller, but I had to scroll to find the sizes, well, just to see them.
That's really bizarre. Yeah, that's not ideal.
So what you think that they're trying to put too much onto the Not to be
It would
paid
just
for
be a
anything.
bug. I think it'll be
Yeah.
a bug.
Okay. And April, then what did you not like then about it?
So I had said mine isn't really a web thing. I think the website is quite nice actually. They've done not a bad job, but mine's just not listening to your customers. If you'd have actually listened to what they want, you wouldn't have so much of an uproar. I think they're going to see a decline in conversion and it not being from the website. I just think they've spent years and years building up this customer base and they've lost it in seconds. I
Yeah.
certainly won't be buying from there.
So for someone who's not that familiar with this, what's happened? So they've rebranded and their customers have expressed that they're not happy about it.
Customers have expressed that they're not happy, not just about the rebrand, but it's like the whole point of the rebrand was because they wanted to listen to their customers and make and improve PLT and improve all of the things that their customers were saying. But they've not really done that because from what people are saying, the quality of the clothing is still not great. The pricing has increased, so you're charging more for still the same quality product. They've not listened to really the issues with the brand were nothing to do with the branding. The issues with the brand were like the stock, the returns, the sustainability, the quality of the products. That's what they should have listened to. And instead, they've not really done that, and they've gone and done something else that people are just not happy with. So, just to reiterate, my the bad was that they didn't listen to their customers, and that for every business, it always should be at the forefront of any decisions you make for your business.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And then Leanne, so moving on to what you think might be fixable about the site, so something that you think could do with a bit of improvement.
It was the navigation. I think it just looks a bit sparse to me in terms of how they've got it laid out. And I don't know if it's because they've stretched it to fill the whole width. And yes, obviously on my larger screen there is a lot more space, but even on my MacBook as well, there's just a lot of space. I think they could maybe do with rearranging the navigation, maybe bringing the links in a little bit closer, maybe upping the font size slightly, still obviously having that premium look and feel, but I think just making it a little bit neater, tighter, so it just looks a bit more cohesive altogether. Because I think at the moment we've got the images there on the left and they just look like they're floating a little bit, and then you've got like this spare space, which I think is just a bit of a waste.
Are any of the top nav links, do any of them actually fill that space, or is it all quite sparse?
I know you've mentioned it again, but let's just a caveat to the users that are watching this. She is using a massive screen. So if you shrink your browser a little bit, you won't have as much space. But there's still nothing to fit. She's on a 27-inch desktop. Big boy.
But yeah, it still essentially has all that spare.
Yeah, you can see the
Spare
space
space.
still. Yeah, but it's just a waste, isn't it? Hi, Suki.
The dog, yeah, the greyhound has entered the chat.
The little tippy taps.
Yeah, sorry about that. What do you think, Suki? So, I mean, even on the slightly different size screen, the issue remains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And can I just mention one more thing, which,
Of course.
because it's been bugging me. If I click into a PDP, what are your thoughts, April, on the PDP? Because this was one of my bad points. So I'm just coming back to it, but I'm definitely not a fan of the new PDP. A few things, because I don't think it looks like a PDP, and I get they're trying to be new and different and have a different style, but I just think all the information's hidden. I'm just not a fan of the layout. You've got that sticky section at the bottom where you've got your size, you select a size, and then over here you've got the accordion, the colour swatches, and then you've got shop to look over to the right. I think everything's just sat in different places, and I don't think it's necessarily how a user would shop. And then if you scroll to the bottom, the sticky ad gets merged in with a footer, and it's just, I don't think it's the best in terms of UX or UI, to be fair.
What do you reckon, April? Do you agree?
I do to some extent. I agree with the sticky. What doesn't make sense is having the size variants in the sticky, but then not the colour variants.
Yeah.
Then there's only one colour swap. Is there two? No, there's
yeah.
two. So to me, that doesn't make sense. I do, however, really like the image gallery at the top, because the main focus when you're buying clothing is visuals. So for me, I really like that. A brand that do this really well is Reigns. They have it auto scrolling their image gallery, but on the right hand side, they'll have like a sticky
Yes.
card with like the size variants and all the product information, but the imagery scrolls through.
Yeah.
That I really like. I like that they've done here. But yeah, that sticky thingy, just
Yeah. I
it's
agree
not really
with the
doing
imagery.
anything.
I agree with the imagery. It is nice and it is eye-catching. I just think the rest of the content lacks sort of the...
Yeah, PLT, they used to have, and they still got it. If you scroll down, they used to have like the shop the look, but it's actually, yeah, it's
Oh,
there.
yeah, there.
That's not very inspiring. I'd make that more inspiring.
Yeah,
It's very small, isn't it? That kind of.
it
It's a
is.
bit too small.
Well, I almost missed it there because I was looking at this one instead.
Back
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's kind of laid out in an unusual way, I would say. It's a bit strange. What about you, April? What would you fix if you had the opportunity to look at this site?
Mine was the logo, but not necessarily. I mean, I would redo the logo, but in terms of layout on the website, and I say it all the time, look how big that nav is, because you've got
Yeah.
the logo takes up a massive space. Then you've got the account and the wish list cart on the right, search on the left, and then you've got the menu items underneath. It's just increasing the height. I've said it before. I'm like a broken record, to be honest. Brands, please don't make your navigation as big as that. Make it one line, make it simple, reduce the space you take up.
Yeah, agreed.
Great. Good tip.
Good tip. You can have that one for free.
Okay, great. Well, thank you both. Some good insights there. So overall, I'm getting the sense from you that you're not that impressed with the rebrand here, and you're echoing the sentiments of a lot of the people who have been unhappy with it. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it might be that they're just trying to rewrite the history to some degree and move away from some of the accusations that have been levelled at them in the past.
It'll be interesting to see what they do next, whether they change anything or revert back. It's a really tough one. It's a really tough decision that they're going to have to make.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
Oh, you think
Yeah.
that there's been enough dissent to kind of maybe then roll it back to the old branding?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, I haven't shopped on Pretty Little Thing for years, and if it is, it's the odd purchase. But I think for the people a lot of users, this is their main shop,
Yeah.
and I think they're going to lose. They're going to lose their customer base.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's all I've seen on social media for the past few weeks now, week and a bit. So
Well, watch it with interest, I guess. And if you're watching this, leave your comments below and let us know what you think of the rebrand of Pretty Little Thing. And yeah, thank you both for your time, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See you.
Thanks.
bye.